What is up? Generate, convert, close. Group. All right, guys. I am using my headphones today because it's a better quality today. So please, please, please drop in and let me know if you can hear me okay and that this is working all right. You guys know that I am struggling with my tech, and every single week I am trying to figure it out and just get this functioning better for you. So um, let me know if you can hear me. That'd be great. All right, guys, pop in as you're popping in. Say hello. Let me know if you're watching this live, if you're here with me live or watching the replay, okay? So today is all about follow-up, and I want to help you fall in love with your follow-up again, as cheesy as that sounds, because it is so easy to accomplish. It is so easy to get done, but we tend to make it a lot easier. So I'm going to make it super easy for you. I'm going to help you build credibility with your follow-up. I'm going to help you become that position of authority, that authority figure. I'm going to help you become that go-to agent in the marketplace. So if you want to be that go-to agent, give this video a thumbs up so I know you're here and you are watching and you want to be that go-to agent, okay? So here's how we are going to do this. We are going to start with the plan. All right. What is the plan of the actual follow-up? All right. What is the follow-up plan we're talking about here? Then I'm going to talk to you about how you can actually get this done in your business. All right. How you can knock this out. And we're also going to talk about, oh, I have a bonus for you guys at the end. All right. So be sure to stick around to the end for the bonus. Okay. So let's go ahead and dig in the actual follow-up plan. We're just going to dig right in here. The first step that you're going to do. All right. And you might want to save this video and come back to it when you have some notes that you can take, because this is going to be crucial for you to put in place and implement. And if you don't remember the steps, or if you don't remember the pieces to plug into place here, it's going to make it a lot more difficult. Okay. So jumping in, first thing you're going to do is you are going to identify 6 holidays. All right, we have a million holidays to choose from. You can even pick National Taco Day or some of those fun holidays. Okay, but first, you're going to start off by identifying 6 holidays. All right, second, you're going to identify 6 home maintenance opportunities. Okay, so a couple of examples I wrote down for you. I actually have already provided you 6 examples of home maintenance opportunities. You have air filters, you have water heaters, you have winterizing or other seasonal maintenance, you have lawn care, you have decluttering and organization tips, you have you have home efficiency tips, you have smart home options that you can provide. So those are already 6 different ways that you can remind them of home maintenance. If anybody that's in your database or your sphere of influence, you can be the person to reach out and remind them and say, hey, let's avoid some costly repairs and just change out your air filter real quick. Let's avoid some costly repairs and take a quick listen to your water heater and make sure it doesn't sound like there's rocks in the bottom, right? So you can actually be the one. And if you don't know how to maintain a home, if that's not a familiar thing to you, first off, don't you think it's our responsibility to figure out, at least know some of the basics of how to maintain the product that we're selling? Right now, I'm not saying you should be the expert and you should provide advice, but I'm saying you should be the one to remind them, hey, the air filters might need changing. Hey, you might need to pay attention to your water heater. All right, things like that. You want to be the one to remind them of what's going on. It makes it really easy for you to follow up. So your 6 holidays and 6 home maintenance opportunities. Honestly, guys, if you want to be done and you want to do 1 monthly email, you have 6 different things, 6 on each side, 6 holidays, 6 home maintenance. All right, that's 12. You could do one a month, and that's probably more follow-up than you're doing now. And you already have that whole year of emails planned. Okay, so that is the first step you're going to do. And again, if you want to be super duper basic and like super laid back about it, you can just start here. All right. Otherwise, let's keep going. And I've made it easy. I've provided you a structure to have to send out weekly emails. All right. So we're going to start with week 1. I'm going to give you an example of how to break it down instead of thinking from scratch. All right, what am I going to send this week? What am I going to send this week? Just have categories. And I'm going to break down an example for you. And you feel free to mix it up however you'd like. Okay. Now, week 1, a local events link. Just hop onto Google. All right, here in Albuquerque, we have a great website called visitalbuquerque.org, and they have an events section. So you can legit copy that URL, create a template that says, hey, check out what's happening in your area this month. Hey, check out what's happening in Albuquerque this month. And hyperlink this month, all right, and paste that URL for the updates. Each month, each and every single month, that can be sent out at the beginning of the month. Hey, check out what's happening in your area this month. All right, so week 1, local events link. Week 2, all right, you can provide a mini market update. Provide 2 stats, okay, your average sales price and your days on market. Okay, so state those 2. Here's the average sales price, 353,000. Here are your days on market, 21. That's kind of high, isn't it? 21. All right, and then state whether that went up or down from last month. Okay, super simple, super easy. This will also force you to take a look at your stats every month, right? It will help you become the expert in the marketplace, right? So moving on from there, you want to also add, okay, either at the bottom of the email, okay, a joke or a GIF or a meme or a fun fact. All right, so along with this market stat, these super quick mini market report, all right, you're also providing another fun or inspirational or another reason, that they're going to open that email. Again, remember, this is for people who primarily aren't necessarily interested yet, but we want them to continuously open our emails regardless of whether or not they're open or whether or not they're interested. So we don't want to train them that some emails may not have value for them or may not have content for them. Okay, so that is going to help you. Again, be that standout person in the marketplace. All right, it's going to help you become an expert of your craft. It's going to help you also plant some seeds, right? When they're noticing, hey, average sales price is going up. Hey, average sales price is going up. You're helping them understand the market just as much as you need to understand the market, right? When they're starting to see those trends as well, they don't have to take your word for it because they're seeing it with their own eyes month after month, okay? And then again, just supplement that little market report with something with it. All right, that way there's always something. You can even rotate that. 1 week you do a joke, 1 week you do a meme, or 1 week you do a fun fact about your area, right? History or Albuquerque, little known fun fact about Albuquerque, okay? All right, week 3. Now you're gonna take remember we created the 6 holidays and 6 home maintenance? You are going to use one of those, okay? Is it a holiday month? Is it a home maintenance month? All right, pick one. You can also rotate these. You might have where you have a holiday that's on week 1. So feel free to switch the holiday email to week 1. And then the local events link, which is originally week 1, can now be in week 3. Okay, and by the way, guys, I have a PDF of this to help you out. So if you're watching and you want this PDF to help you build this follow-up plan for yourself, type in PDF in the comments. All right, type in PDF in the comments. All right, this is the same one, by the way, that I give to my clients. This isn't some special light version that I've put together for the Facebook group. This is the actual follow-up plan that we're putting into place. All right, that we have in place. So week 1 was the local events. Week 2, mini market report, along with a little fun a little side piece, if you will. All right, and then week 3, holiday or home maintenance. Okay. Now, week 4, I've left that kind of a wild card, but some examples that you have are your professional network spotlight. And I want you to think about vendors that homeowners might need. Okay, what are some vendors that homeowners might need? All right, those could be painters, they could be electricians, they could be plumbers, they could be just general handyman. They could be, if you're in an area that has siding on the house, siding repair or stucco in our area, right? So all of these different people that would be in your professional network and that a homeowner or buyer might need, okay? Mortgage lenders, title, all those people, okay? So that's one option, your professional network spotlight, vendors that homeowners might need. And a good good way to start this list is by looking back at your home maintenance opportunities and say, okay, what are the people or the companies that these people might need in order to accomplish this. So for example, if you have a reminder about air filters, hey, you got to switch out your air filters, where can they go and purchase air filters? Who do you know that can provide some information about the different air filters? I mean, there's so many different ones out there. It could be overwhelming to a new home buyer, or even an experienced one who we've just grabbed something and we've stuck with that the whole entire time without actually having any real knowledge. Okay, so look into the home maintenance opportunities that you've written and say, okay, how does this person carry this out? What do they need? Can they find this? And that's something that you can provide as a week 4 email. All right. Another option for week 4 are common problems and misconceptions that buyers and sellers have. All right, a big example that we use often is the seller who wants to sell their home for the most amount of money because, of course, why would you not? All right, and they go all out and remodel everything, right? From the bathroom to the kitchen to all new painting and floors. And I mean, things that just did not need to get done in the first place. And they pretty much blew all of their equity, right? So we want to make sure and say, hey, if your goal is to walk away with the most amount of money, that's actually different than the condition of your home. That's actually different than the remodel, than the amount of money you've spent on the remodel, right? So what are common problems or misconceptions that you want buyers and sellers to know about, okay? What do you wish buyers and sellers knew, right? Do you think to yourself, man, I wish they knew how hard we worked? This is your opportunity to talk about everything that goes into what you do, right? Like behind the scenes. People love behind the scenes and entertaining info, and this is your opportunity to provide that entertaining behind the scenes knowledge, all right? The last kind of option that I have here for you is just local updates and news. Now, I don't mean political updates or anything like that here. What I'm talking about is, hey, there's some major construction going on I-40 here. You might want to avoid that if you're going during this time, right? Or, hey, there is this brand new, some big restaurant that's opening up. I just wanted to make sure you heard about it, right? So this is that opportunity, week 4. Okay, so that takes care of one email for every single week. Guys, that's 52 touches right there. 6 holidays, 6 home maintenance opportunities, and then we mix it up with your local events link once a week. Once a week, another one, yeah, once a week, local events link is once a month, okay? And then the other week in that month, they get the mini market update. The third week, either the holiday or home maintenance opportunity. And then week 4, your professional network spotlight, vendors, what you wish buyers knew, common problems, misconceptions, okay? So that takes care of your emails. Now, we also can't just rely on email, right? Because email might be very important for us and as real estate agents. You have email that we're checking often, or I hope we are, because we have contracts coming in and we want to get those signed and sent out. So that is something that we are guarding. But a lot of consumers, the average consumer, isn't really in their emails because the email is a bunch of what? crap and spam. So what we want to do is make sure that we are mixing up our follow-up to include phone calls. Okay, plus there is still, if you look at the NAR profile of home buyers and sellers, a phone call is still above 92%. It's just as high as a text message, believe it or not. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a quarterly phone call. All right. Every 90 days, you are going to hit them up. And here, I'm going to make it easy for you because I know when I was making these calls, one huge reason that I did not do my real estate follow-up calls was because I did not know what to say. All right. I had no idea what to say when I called. And so oftentimes I would just kept moving the task, right? I'll call in a couple more months. I'll call them next time. I'll call later. I'll call later, right? And then eventually I just delete it because I'm like, okay, it's been too long. This person, I can't call now, right? Thumbs up if you've ever been there, by the way. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to schedule quarterly phone calls. And what you can do is you've probably heard the phrase, a did you get, all right, or a heads up. So at this point, you're sending emails out once a week. So at every single opportunity, at every 90 days, you are going to have, sorry, excuse me, I have the hiccups. You are going to have an email that is going out, or you're going to have an email that just was sent to them, okay? So this is your opportunity to say, oh, I just want to give you a heads up that I have my brain just totally blanked out. All right, I just want to give you a heads up that I'm sending out a winterizing email, right? We have winter coming up now, and I want to make sure that I can save you money by avoiding any mistakes by not winterizing or avoiding any costly repairs. So here is, be on the lookout for that email. Okay, so you're telling them, hey, I'm sending this your way, or hey, this just was sent to you, right? Did you receive it? Just want to make sure you got to it okay. Okay, now you can suffix with that, all right? So you can continue that conversation. Let's say they say, oh, yeah, I got it, thanks. Okay, that it's really just short. They just acknowledge it, and yeah, it was great, thanks so much. Now is your opportunity to jump in. Do you guys remember those good old Ford conversations? FORD. All right, family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. All right, so this is your opportunity to grow the relationship. Okay, it's hard to build relationships with people and get to know people if you don't build the relationship or ask questions. Okay, so one super easy one, guys, that we should never, ever, ever, ever miss is, what do you do? All right, if you do not know what they do for a living, all right, or it's been a while and you don't even know if they work at the same place anymore, check on that. Okay, I was talking to my clients today and we were talking about how a career, someone's job, is usually one of the biggest chunks of their life, right? They have career and family. Career and not career, right? Their life is divided into two sections, being career and not. Okay, so what we want to do is make sure we understand what they do as one of the biggest areas of our life. This is part of what we call client-centered conversion, where we are looking at everything from the client's eyes. So knowing, understanding things like what they do for a living is extremely valuable information for you. Okay, think about all that you can understand about someone just from a career, right? So that's your opportunity to ask those conversations. Hey, do you have family here? Oh, I haven't got the opportunity to ask you. Do you have a lot of family that lives here? Have you always lived here? Right? You have Christmas coming up. You have the holiday season coming up. Do you guys travel out of town? Tell me more about what that looks like for you. All right, so this is your opportunity to gain rapport, gain loyalty, gain trust with your clients, gain credibility from these quarterly phone calls. All right. And again, never have we ever even said, hey, if you're, hey, the last time we talked, you mentioned you weren't interested, but are things different now? This is giving them the opportunity, all right, to respond to you and say, oh yeah, by the way, I actually am interested now. Okay, so we're following up in a non-pushy, non-aggressive, non-salesy way, just pure value. Every single email is designed to build value, and our phone call is around the email, right? If you need a reason, if you can't think of a reason, just do a did you get call, all right? Once a quarter, takes care of your phone calls. And when you have them in your CRM, by the way, guys, they need to be in your CRM or else you're not going to remember to do the quarterly phone call, all right? Your customer relationship management system. They need to be in there for your quarterly phone calls. And when they are in there, just schedule them all at the same time, right? My clients, if you have a system like KV Core or Follow Up Boss or what are the other big ones that are slipping my mind right now? All the HubSpot, all the big CRMs out there, most CRMs will allow you to actually schedule, create campaigns, all right, automated actions, even with tasks, right? So what we could do is create a campaign that are just the tasks for the phone calls. That way, anytime you have a client, and guys, if I'm going way over your head, just reach out to me, send me a DM. I want to make sure this works for you. Okay, let's have a conversation. I don't want you to just skip this and say, I can't figure it out. Figure it out. Okay, 80% of your sales are going to come between the 6th and 12th conversation. And I'm going to make it super easy for you to have these conversations. Okay, honestly, I should be charging for this information. I do charge for this information. So do not just let this go by. Take advantage of this information and implement it. Okay. Um, sidestep. All right, quarterly phone calls. Not got those out of the way. Now the last phase here, guys. We're already almost done with this plan, and then I'm going to tell you exactly how to get this done in your business. I'm serious. I don't want to just give you this information. I want you to run with it. Okay, especially if you're still watching because you've found some value. So let's actually implement. All right. So your last phase here, we got emails. Okay, we got phone calls. So our last phase here is going to be 1 to 2 handwritten letters every year. All right, 1 to 2 handwritten letters every year. The obvious one that you'll probably think of is around the holidays, right? If you do that, I highly, highly recommend doing at least one more that's outside of the holiday time. Okay, because it speaks volumes. If someone was going to expect a letter from you, they would expect it around that time. But out of the blue, they're more surprised, right? You could even schedule it after one of your quarterly phone calls. Hey, it was so great talking to you the other day and just reconnecting. Just want to say it one more time. If you ever need anything, I'm here for you. Okay? Yeah, gave myself my own goosebumps from just getting that, just imagining getting something like that. Okay. So you implement the same thing in your business, 1 to 2 handwritten letters annually. Okay. Quarterly phone calls, and then the weekly emails. All right. Now watch how easy these weekly emails are going to be. Okay. Because it seems, might seem overwhelming. Oh my goodness, 52 emails. Watch this. Okay. So our week 1 email, remember, was the local events link. Okay, you can create a template for that right after this video. I mean, all you need to do is open up wherever you send out your emails, whether that's like a Active Campaign or MailChimp or your CRM that does it, wherever you send out mass emails. All right, here, check out what's happening in your area this month and hyperlink it with the calendar link. That never has to change unless the link for the event changes or the events page, okay? So that's week 1. That's already taken care of. That never even has to change, okay? Now, what you're gonna do once a month, all right? I want you to find out what dates your new market stats come out, all right? And if you guys don't have an official release of market stats, I want you to pick a day where you're going to pull some information to deliver. Okay, so 1 day a month. So if you're here in Albuquerque, GAR puts out our new stats on the 10th. All right, so that's got to be right. I'm like second guessing myself. But yeah, they put it out on the 10th. All right, and so what you can do is set a day. If it's not the 10th, it's going to hit, if it's a weekend, it's going to come out a few days after that, so like the 12th. So what you want to do is set your day for the 14th or the 15th so you know for sure those market stats are going to be there. All right, so set about 30 minutes to an hour aside, and here's what you're going to do. All right, all you're going to have to do is you already have the local events link. You're going to pop your new stats in, which you're just going to do average sales price and days on market, because this is just a mini market report. Okay, so you're going to grab those numbers and whether they were up or down from last month. And then you're going to decide at that time the rest of your 4 emails for the next 4 weeks. Okay, I hope that made sense. So whenever you pull, let me know if that makes sense, guys. So whenever you sit down once a month, it's going to be mid-month because you're going to wait for the stats to come out. That's when you plan the next 4 emails, okay? Because you're going to get those stats. You're going to pop them into your template for the mini market update. You're going to grab your new joke or GIF or meme or fun fact for that email. You're going to figure out which holiday or home maintenance template you're going to use. And then you're going to figure out which is your week 4 email. Okay, are you doing a professional network? Are you doing a news update? Are you going to do a what you wish your buyers knew? Okay, so going forward, once you have these first couple ones in place, it's only going to take you about 30 minutes to an hour to do your full follow-up for the next month for the emails. Okay, so what it looks like for you on a month-to-month basis is you are really just handling the phone calls. All right, you are just doing the quarterly phone calls and your handwritten letters, and your emails are going out for you in a personalized fashion. Okay, now to get these templates going, guys, just schedule 30 minutes to an hour once a week and pick 1 to 2 templates. Or I mean, if you want to blow through it in one afternoon on the weekend or during an open house that you have nothing going on at, blow through it. All right, because once you have this in place, I mean, it's just the 4 categories. You're setting up those categories and then you are filling in after that. All right, and then your phone calls and your handwritten letter. Okay, so we had some questions that I want to get answered for you guys, and then we're going to move on. I'm going to give you a bonus tip, guys, that's going to help you convert in your emails, like your follow-up emails. We're going to make all of these emails that we just talked about a conversion opportunity, all right, a hand-raising opportunity. Okay, so stick with me while I answer these questions here. And I took screenshots of them so I can just pull them up easy. And Boji, I see you are here with me. Hello. Email going into spam folders if it is Gmail. Yes, if the emails are going into spam, a lot of the reasons they go to spam is because we include, like, if you have the signature with the photo, right, or the signature, especially if the signature has links, right? We have these really cool, fancy, clickable signature for the email, and a lot of times they will kick it as spam, especially if your email is not recognized, right? So unless you actually know that person and you've sent emails back and forth, a lot of times that domain is going to kick that email back as spam. Okay, so if you have a lot of links or photos, and especially if that sender, the receiver doesn't recognize that email address, a lot of times it does get to spam. To avoid that, all right, Boshi, to avoid that, all you need to do is do plain text emails. Okay, I know MailChimp and all these things have really cool templates, and guys, I wish we could use them, but when we do, they get kicked to spam. All right, so just be very careful with the fancy emails and adding a ton of links. You want no more than 1 to 2 links in an email, right? Maybe 3, okay? We don't want to get crazy with it. Plus, it gives your clients too many options. All right, Boshi, let me know if that makes sense for you and answers your questions. And Boji, you had a couple more questions as well, and I'm going to get to those right now because they are fantastic, okay? And it applies to so many people. So he asked, what reasons do you have to follow up besides I'm just checking in with you and no substance to the follow-up call? So I hope this answered that question for you. All right, today's workshop. If it doesn't, let me know, and I will get more specific, okay? So this is exactly that answer to your question. This is how you're gonna have substance every time, all right? When they answer, you're gonna have a reason you're calling. You're gonna say, hey, did you get this? Or hey, I just wanna send you a heads up, okay? Bonus points, guys, if you make it save worthy, all right? Before you send this, ask yourself, can someone save this? Would there be a reason that somebody would save this, right? As like your vendors, their professional spotlight, your homeowner might hold on to a plumber that they really enjoyed watching just for the future, right? Brian, one of my clients this morning, was talking about how he's going to send out, was it Balloon Fiesta schedule? I think he said Balloon Fiesta schedule, right? So that is something they are like magnets they can stick on the fridge and keep, right? Save worthy. A lot of, if you're in an area with big sports teams and you have a lot of, they're often fans of that big sports team, right? You can send the schedule, or even if it's not a big sports team, we have some local sports teams here that are really big, like the United schedule, right? So people will hold on to that and save that. So those are always great things to send out to. All right, that could be your week 4 wild card week. All right, so the next question was, when you follow up and they don't pick up, you call several times and finally reach them and they say that they're still thinking about it. What can you, and aren't going to do anything right now. What do you do? So yeah, we're going to stick kind of with this, right? You're going to send out the email. They're not ready to think about it. Just build that relationship. I mean, they're not ready to move yet. Hey, not a problem at all, right? If you've already asked all the right questions, which is a whole new video, right? You already asked the questions. There's nothing else that you can do. Just continue building that relationship and maybe clarifying, right? Well, tell me more what that looks like. What does the right time look like for you? Right? So you'll start being able to ask those questions the more that you follow up to, and the more that they'll be able to feel open and honest with you about sharing their real situation. All right. Okay. Another question we had, Melissa. All right. So Melissa asked, when is too much too much? I call, text, and email. It starts out more frequently than less, but I don't stop unless I am told to do so. Some don't respond until they are ready. Often I feel like I can be annoying, so I don't always mention real estate. Just want to be top of mind. Am I wasting my time? Does that leave a bad taste? All right. So, man, I mean, you couldn't have taken the words out of my mouth when I was making these calls, okay? It is so easy to feel like a nuisance. It is so easy to feel like you're annoying, but I hope that this has given all of you ways to follow up with value, all right? In ways that don't feel annoying, in ways that don't feel spammy, all right? Just straight up value. Okay, now here's the other thing. I used to do also where we start off with a lot of follow-up and you kind of taper off. And we never want to taper off all the way. I wouldn't taper off more than, you know, having your 90-day phone calls, your handwritten letters, and, you know, you could do maybe 2 emails a week, right? I wouldn't do too much less than that because the main goal is that top of mind awareness, just like you said, for when they are ready to reach out, right? So that is the main thing with our follow-up, guys, is we're not necessarily trying to push sales. We're trying to maintain top of mind awareness. And it is hard to maintain top of mind awareness when you don't send value, because then they don't open your emails. They don't respond to you. All right. Now, I did notice that I didn't put any text messages on here. I do a text message, do along with the quarterly phone call if they don't answer. And then you could also couple with one email or two, a did you get text? Hey, just want to send you a heads up. This is coming your way. Okay. We don't really want to have too many conversations over text message unless it happens naturally or that tends to be something that works for them. You really want to do those phone calls and absolutely send them the same thing through text messages. I mean, all of these things can be sent through a text message. You can send them the local event link, send them both, send them an email and text message. Shit. All right, guys. My last thing that I have for you is some bonuses. I wanted to give you a bonus tip on how to convert, make every single one of these email a converting email. And that is by simply adding some links in at the bottom of your signature. Okay, so now I mentioned before, not the crazy, don't go on Canva and then put links in your email signature, but at the bottom, all right, if you have an all text signature at the bottom left-hand corner, and that's one reason if you get emails from me, I don't do the thing anymore. I have a video one now, that way it gains more attraction, right? My signature is actually a little video. So it's a lot more visible and it is a link itself. Okay, so that rule of thumb, right? We don't want to include more than one or two links. So we don't want to get too crazy down with the signature links. But what I recommend is providing something with a available homes option. All right, search available homes. Okay, and something for your seller. Okay, so it does not always have to have the home eval. You could put together a PDF on 5 ways to sell your home for the most amount of money, right? PDF or video, all right? And that is something that will capture their attention. And if they're interested, they're going to click on it and you're going to know about it. Okay, so now every single one of these emails gives them the option once a week to raise their hand and say, yes, I'm interested in this, right? Yes, I want that. Okay. So that is the bonus, guys. Put a link or two in the signature of your email. You could even combine it, right? Maybe if you have Linktree, that you could have both of those could be your Linktree, and the Linktree could have all the links there for you, right? So that pretty much, yeah, this concludes the workshop. All right, guys, take this information and use it. And remember, I have a PDF. If you want a PDF of the follow-up plan, okay, to stay top of mind and to build this credibility and build this authority and be in front of your competition and be in front of sales, let me know. Type PDF in the comments and I'll get that out to you, okay? All right, guys, well, that does it for today. If there's problems with the video, like replaying, please let me know. I'm really trying to fix this for you guys. Any way that I can to make this a better experience, please let me know. You're not going to hurt my feelings. All right? Okay. Take care, guys. Use this info and follow up.